Hey guys, it's me, Captain Joseph Lusby, and welcome aboard my new AI-proof career. Okay, maybe I'm not a boat captain just yet, but it might not be the worst idea. According to a recent Microsoft study, AI may be more applicable to some jobs than others. In other words, some jobs may be more replaceable than others. And the range of jobs is vast. We've got everything from interpreters, historians, journalists, heck, even embalmers made it onto the list. I couldn't just sit back and let AI ruin my dreams of career safety. So once again, I ventured away from the MarketWatch headquarters and deep into the corners of historical archives and into the open air of the Hudson River. Why? To find out, what does it really take to AI-proof my job? To find out more, we decided to head back up to Boston and talk to a familiar face. Colonials. So we're back, and today, once again, we're interviewing the Dean of Global Business at the Fletcher School at Tufts University. But today, we're talking about your career. Uh-oh, we're back. Ta-da! And we're gonna find out if I can save my career from AI. Thanks again for having me.
Good to see you, Joe.
Long time no see. Today, my goal is to AI-proof my career. I'm a video producer. Do you have any idea when or if I'll ever get replaced by AI?
Wish I had a clean answer to that question. So the messy answer would be that some parts of your job are going to be done by AI, but then you could end up doing a whole lot more in your job because AI is there to help you. So it's a combination of augmentation of your job and some replacement of what you currently do.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I don't have to panic yet.
Now,
Who does need to panic?
anyone who has a job that involves responding to queries, whether it's customer service requests, low to medium level coding, programming, graphic design, advertising copy, they all need to worry because many of those jobs are at risk. They are already at risk.
And if I'm in one of these career paths, is my best option to learn AI and try and advance my own skills with it as a tool, or should I just pivot and get into a whole new career?
I think it's definitely useful to learn AI in your particular occupation area because it's useful to know, but you should also look for ways to pivot if you are kind of in the very high risk areas.
Are there any jobs off the top of your head that we think are impervious to AI, that are just gonna stick around no matter what?
If you're a server in a restaurant, probably safer. If you are taking care of older people in a retirement home, if you are certain roles in healthcare, you're safer.
Thank you very much for your time.
Sure, absolutely. Good to see you and thank you for having me.
I left my conversation with the dean feeling a little bit more hopeful. As AI creeps into the business world, there's more than one way to stay relevant. One way is to pivot to a more AI-proof career. So that's what I did, and I headed out to Chelsea Piers to find out more. Yeah. Hello. Good morning, how are you?
Good, how are you? I'm Amel.
I'm Joe.
Nice to meet you. Glad to have you out.
Amel owns Big Apple Charters, one of the few women-owned luxury yacht rental companies in New York City. Do you know who owns these super yachts?
I thought you were one of the owners over there.
I wish. Okay, so could you tell me what's a day in the life like? What you wake up and then what are we doing?
We're barely opening our eyes, going right to the computer for emails, and then heading here. So this morning was a typical morning where Captain Vanessa came and met me, and we took the covers off of the boat, the isinglass, getting things clean, set up, making sure everything is perfect for our customers. The days can be 16 to 20 hours for days in a row. And it's people coming out to celebrate life, birthdays, proposals, engagements. We had 2 in the last week and all said yes, which is a good thing.
Can you tell us how you got into this business?
My story is actually a love story. I fell in love with my husband out on the water here. I actually met him on a charter. I had been in biotech for 20 years. I had a very great career, did very well. The last few years I had lost that love for it. And then during the time of COVID, I started going out on boats and I found I was just a happier person. Woke up one day, quit my job, and I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? 3 weeks later, bought my first boat. 3 weeks after that, I was in the water. And then within 2 months, we were basically the busiest ones in New York.
Are you worried about AI?
We're not worried about it. We are embracing it, especially for the aspects of running the business. You have my messages and connecting with customers and marketing. It can enhance it. It's not going to replace what we physically do. So a typical charter, when someone comes in, we're messaging them. We know when they're here, getting food and drinks out on the boat. That's something that a human is still doing, getting them set up. God forbid there was a passenger in distress on your boat, something happens. You need someone to react quickly to that. We're not replacing captains anytime soon. That's a good thing for Vanessa, who's starting her career, and it's a good thing for all of these other young aspiring captains. We still need them. We still want people.
Request the inbound clearance and a hand what lines, please.
Amel's story really inspired me. She's happy with her current career, and it's a growing industry. The U.S. yacht charter market generated $1.5 billion in 2024, and it's forecasted to grow by 35% by 2030.
So I guess you're driving now. So just rule number one of driving a boat, don't hit anything.
Okay.
So we can get quite a bit of information from the systems we have here. From our depth, we can take a look at everything on our engines. We can set the autopilot. So we have quite a bit that we can set this up, split screens to see a lot of things going on. We have the AIS system, so if we see another boat out there, we can click on it and it will tell us the name of that boat. We can see basically, is this carrying fuel? Is this carrying cargo? So you get quite a bit more information on it.
Wow, and so right now this is all traditional technology, or is any of this AI?
Right now this is still traditional technology. There are a lot of changes that are happening that are going to make this so much better. We are actually excited for that because anything that makes this safer makes it a better experience. What you're seeing right now is why we still need a captain. You got Circle Line, you got 2 ferry boats coming down. You'll see there's another boat way up there coming at us. There's another ferry moving over here. So you have jet skis, you have a lot of things happening at once. The wake that is thrown off, the current that is thrown off, the wind, all of which they're adjusting moment by moment. So she can put autopilot on now, but that is not replacing her decision making with everything that is happening right here.
Okay, so we just got done talking to someone that's probably not going to get replaced by AI anytime soon. Interpreters, translators, and historians are near the top of the list from the Microsoft study. So to find out more, we're talking to Professor Matthew Connolly. He's a professor of history and vice dean of AI initiatives here at Columbia University. And we're going to find out if his job is on the chopping block. Hey, nice to meet you.
Come on in. People ask me all the time, like, have you read all these books? I'm like, you know, if I had read all these books, maybe I wouldn't need to keep them all around with me, right? Like, no, I haven't. There's a lot I still need to read.
Could you walk me through a typical day?
You know, I don't know that any day is typical these days. There's a lot going on. I mean, for sure, you know, my colleagues and I, we teach our classes, we do our research. Sometimes that means going to archives. We write our books, right? And, you know, in all these ways, like, a lot of the work seems typical, right? The way that historians been working for 100 years or more. But otherwise, like, everything's changed.
So what is the goal of a historian in day to day?
Well, our goal, you know, like most academics, is we want to create knowledge. You know, we want to make discoveries, learn things that people didn't know before, not just for its own sake, it's also to be able to communicate that, you know, to a broader public. You know, we're interested in, like, old questions. So, like, what is it to be human? Others of us, you know, we're very interested in, like, how the world came to be as it is. Then it can also be a very right now, because we're also interested, like, humans in the world today and the future.
History and AI, what is the connection here?
It seems for a lot of people, and that includes a lot of historians, it seems like it's a new thing, right? That for the first time, you know, you can ask a computer, you know, to write a historical narrative. But in fact, you know, historians for a good 30 years now have been working with different forms of artificial intelligence. More and more of the world's archives are being digitized. And in order to do that, you know, you have to turn, like, these images of text into data. A lot of us, even if we didn't realize it, we've been doing a kind of digital history all along.
Is there any fear that historians on the whole are going to be replaced by AI?
I don't see that. I haven't heard that kind of worry. What I do see is how we worry that our students are going to start replacing the kind of work they did previously by getting AI to do their homework. And so more and more we're coming to realize that we have to change the way that we're teaching our students, and we have to start teaching ourselves how to use AI to try to enhance the undergraduate experience. So History Lab, like, our mission is to take, you know, the historical record, right? The fact that there's so much of it. What we try to do is we turn these documents into data, and then we build tools to try to explore history. So that's the idea, and that's how it began. And I've been working at it for about 12, 13 years now, and I'm fortunate because I've been able to find a bunch of data scientists who are interested in joining with me in doing this kind of research. And we got most of our documents from the US government. So there are collections like this that are published by the State Department. They've now got like 500 of these volumes, hundreds of thousands of these declassified documents. And every single thing that you search for in our database, we can tell you exactly where it came from. So in that way, like what we're doing, like is history. And the beginning of history is being able to tell you like where we got our facts. We have billions of words, right? And you can begin to analyze those kinds of words to figure out like the rise and fall of different ideas in history. Like we can tell you when people began to speak and communicate in that way and how their priorities changed over time. So once you have like millions of declassified government documents, you can begin asking any question that occurs to you. And so you can launch a search and immediately the AI will begin querying the database and it'll begin looking for documents.
Wow. And Connolly isn't the only historian using AI. According to the World Economic Forum, an AI algorithm called Ithaca was able to restore ancient Greek texts with 60% accuracy. And working with historians, that accuracy jumped to 70%.
AI can be incredible. There are ways in which you can use it like a superpower. A lot of history is handwritten, right? And it can be written in many different languages. And so a classic challenge for historians sometimes is just reading the handwriting. So with AI now, there are ways in which you can automatically transcribe, handwritten text into machine-readable format. These are really powerful tools now to take on kind of classic challenges that we face as historians. And so, the kind of history we're doing, it's not just about the past, it's trying to prepare for the future. And so that's why I would say it's actually pretty important that we figure out how to do this kind of ambitious research and do it in a new way, because these problems just keep getting bigger and the research keeps getting more challenging. As an historian, one of the most important questions is what don't we know?
Hey, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for coming, Joe.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, come again.
Professor Connolly wasn't too worried about AI taking his job. In fact, he was excited about the new possibilities it could unlock. It turns out the most important parts of his job, like in-person research, uncovering new discoveries, original thinking, that just can't be automated, at least not yet. AI will automate tasks, and it will cut some jobs, but it could make the work you're already doing a little bit better and a little bit faster. The bottom line is, if you want to AI-proof your career, it's about how you use AI, and doubling down on the human skills that only you bring to the table.